For this week's tutorial Tuesday, I wanted to make something Jurassic Park themed. I found these awesome mirrors and played around with a few different ideas to come up with this tutorial. I hope you like it. Let's get started. These are the supplies you'll need: red, black, and yellow clay, an X-Acto knife, white paint, a detail paintbrush, E6000 or some kind of super glue, a small rounded mirror you can buy in a pack of about 5 at Michael's, and a paper printout of the Jurassic Park logo, and it doesn't have to be in color. Measure the diameter of your mirror and resize your logo to about the same size. You can resize it in Photoshop, Microsoft Word, or pretty much anything. The first thing you need to do is cut out the T-Rex and the logo you printed out. This can be a little tedious, just be patient. And don't worry about cutting out the teeth of the T-Rex. We're going to do that later. Don't forget to cut out the spaces in the head and a few ribcage bones. I didn't cut out a few small details because it would be insanely hard to do so, but as long as you got the basic silhouette, everyone will definitely know what it is. Cut out the Jurassic Park banner. You won't need to cut anything else out. Put those aside in a safe place for later. They will be your stencils. Take your red clay and roll it into a ball. Slightly flatten it against the table, then roll it until it is larger than the size of your mirror. Rotate it around while rolling it to get a good circle. Make sure not to make it too thin. Also, if your mirror has these pads on the bottom, make sure to take those off. You don't have to get it all off because it will be covered, but try to get most of it off. Then you can place your mirror on the flattened clay. Don't push down on it too hard or the clay will stick to the table and you won't be able to take it off. Cut around the mirror with your X-Acto knife. Try to get as close to the mirror as possible. I made 2 mirrors to try different techniques. One mirror I used liquid Sculpey, which can be used as a glue for clay, and the other mirror I did not use it. After a few days of use of the mirror without the Sculpey clay popped out of the clay. I simply glued it back no problem with E6000, but the mirror with the liquid Sculpey I have not had to re-glue. Make sure to cut off any excess clay one more time to make it as smooth as possible. Now take your yellow clay and roll it into a snake and wrap it around your mirror. Try to make it an even thickness so your mirror looks more uniform. Push the yellow clay in and smooth it out. Wrap the extra around the mirror. You'll have to cut off the extra with your X-Acto knife. Roll out your black clay like you did earlier with the red clay. This will be for your T-Rex. Place your T-Rex stencil on the black clay and gently push down to make it stick to the clay the best you can. Then cut it out with your X-Acto knife. Be careful with the arms, making sure the stencil arms are placed far enough apart when cutting them out. Save the extra black clay because we'll be using it later. It should look something like this. Using the extra black clay, cut out tiny triangles of varying sizes for the teeth. Make sure to test out the size to see if you like them or if you want to make the teeth smaller. I ended up cutting a few in half to make more proportioned teeth for the T-Rex. Now you just have to place the T-Rex on the mirror and add its teeth in. It should look something like this. Cut out the Jurassic Park banner. I ended up cutting my banner down because I didn't like how far it stuck out from the sides of the mirror, but that is completely up to you to decide. Before baking, take a Q-tip dipped in rubbing alcohol and clean up any fingerprints, dust, or stray color on your clay. You'd be surprised at how clean it is after doing this. Bake your pieces using the directions on your clay package. Polymer clay gets baked 15 minutes per 1/4 inch of clay. Now that your pieces are baked, just paint in Jurassic Park with white. I had this stencil out to reference my writing. Make sure to take the size into consideration if you cut down the banner like I did. I had to smush in my letters there at the end because I didn't really think about that. like to glaze my pieces, but if you want a raw feel to your mirror, keep them unglazed. There we go, our finished pieces. Which one do you all like better? My first one or my second one? Let me know, and don't forget to subscribe.